Telehealth Evolving. It is your professional responsibility to stay on top of the rules and laws. Disclaimer: the rules and laws are changing frequently. Therefore, I am giving resources and websites to reach telehealth on your own. I provided rules and laws updated from websites. Now practicing is a different matter. I will start that on slide 11. Where to start? As a responsible professional, we must stay knowledgeable of the changes. One way is to follow practice guidelines through federal websites. So these are 3 of the federal websites to talk about telehealth. CDC website here, coronavirus 2019 telehealth HTML. I will give a moment for people to look and write down any if they need to, or screenshot this page. Okay. And then state where you are practicing. So I'm in Maine, so this Maine.dhs member resources, Maine DHS sites.gov files document. What are the other leaders doing? So services, these are all to be considered when looking at telehealth. Telehealth protocols and workflows, policy, legal, and regulatory factors, technology assessment, strategic planning. Key policy considerations. So look at the date as of 11/27/2020. So this is policy and reimbursement resources. So once again, I'm going to pause for a bit so people can look up what they want to look up. Okay. Telehealth resources. So we've got some more here. Some more telehealth health resources. Main pre-COVID, informed consent required, compact. So Medicare main care. Coverage required at same rate as in person. Telephonic services covered in certain scenarios. Telepharmacy is allowed. Pre-authorized required with counseling available at remote site. Remote patient monitoring covered for patients with specific risk factors and only for certified home health agencies. Covered codes listed in manual interprofessional telephone line, internet consultation included. No geographic, provider, or site restrictions. FQHCs and RHCs can serve as distant sites. Home is eligible originating site. Private payers. Coverage required includes live, asynchronous, telemonitoring, group counseling, and online prescribing. Telephonic coverage in certain scenarios. Regulation, health, and safety. Online prescribing licensee must conduct relevant meta history and physical exam. Static form, not appropriate. Telehealth may be used to establish patient-provider relationship. So I'm going to stay here for a moment so people can look it over. I think my computer froze. So know the differences, telehealth versus telemedicine. While telemedicine has been more commonly used in the past, telehealth is a more universal term for the current broad array of application in the field. It uses crosses most its use crosses most health service disciplines, including dentistry, counseling, physical therapy, and home health, and many other domains. Further, telehealth practice has expanded beyond traditional diagnostic and monitoring activities to include consumer and professional education. 3 common modalities, so there's video conferencing, store and forward, and remote patient monitoring. Teletech things to consider: provider and patient video etiquette, camera placement, microphone quality, identification verification protocols, speed of speech, speak slower due to potential delays, mute yourself when typing, room design, lighting, background consideration, door close, window visibility, etc. Example, specific room dedicated to video visits versus transportable tech with accompanying protocols. Tech considerations, wired Ethernet versus Wi-Fi when utilizing video. EHR integration. Important steps pre-telepractice, so site visits. What's the room like? Where is it located? How are the lighting and acoustics? How close or far is it from key personnel? Safety issues need to be considered. Who is available for emergencies? How quickly can emergency services be summoned? Telehealth that specifically relates to substance use disorders, compromises ability to use our senses, for example, the smell of substances, dissociation of safety or aggression. Where is the person using the video conferencing? Video conferencing may stimulate, release more emotions. Service contract and release need to be specific to substance use disorders. Should have access to an emergency contact, verify the correct person, and have an ROI, release of information. Make sure your contact technology has auto response with contact numbers. Make sure that each contact has an MI or SI assessment. Notes should reflect exactly where the client is. And then so much more. So